Hello, entrepreneurs. Joe DeCharis, CPA extraordinaire, coming to you live from downtown Bethpage, Long Island, New York, for another amazing episode of How to Win at Business. And I scheduled this for this afternoon. Usually I schedule my Facebook Lives at night, but I was so excited when I got this email from the IRS, and I couldn't wait. So you could see me. I'm in my workout clothes. I'm about to go to the gym for to clear up my chest. But actually, yeah, it will clear up my chest. But we are up to day 71 of 75 hard, and it's been a great run. And if you don't know about 75 hard, it has nothing to do with this this broadcast, this information, but I just have to share it because I do. Okay. And that's my story. I'm sticking with it. Thank you, Les Brown, for planting that in my head. But today I want to talk about this because we just did, and when I say we, and I'm going to share this again with you. Oh, no, this. Okay. So I could talk to you directly. But yesterday we did a workshop on how to get cash from your business now. In other words, how you can easily, some of these strategies are so easy and just no brainers that they're not done just for the simple reason that we don't know about them, or we just don't implement them because we just don't. As entrepreneurs, there's a lot of stuff on our plates, and sometimes we have to be reminded about things like available tax credits. And one of the big questions that everybody wants to know is, what can I deduct? And I went into that. Was our special bonus. If you didn't sign up for our workshop, maybe you should go to bedrockbusinessbuilders.com and sign up for the next one, because we will cover this. When we do a workshop, it's more like an interactive workshop. So anybody in the live workshop gets a chance to ask questions and learn about this stuff. But the bonus was my secret weapon against the IRS. The thing that the one uh, part of the IRS code that almost never fails. And if it fails at the IRS level, at the audit level, uh, there's always tax court. And IRS does not like tax court. They don't like the idea that they got to go before a judge and waste people's time unless they have a really, really great case that it's going to make some kind of statement. The kind of case that'll wind up in the CPA journal or an email from the IRS. So now here's the interesting thing. What they're doing is they actually want to give us advice on what you can deduct. So what you could deduct is actually written in the IRS code, and it's under what we call section 162. I know my friend Elizabeth loves when I use numbers like section 179 and form 8832 and form 2553. For some reason, some people just like the numbers. They mean nothing to me other than as a reference point to use as ammunition. So I try to, store all my ammunition, like section 162, in the closet, and just in case. But here's what section 162 says, and they repeat it here in the bullet points. And The the section 162, what they say is you could deduct a business expense as long as it's ordinary and necessary. Okay. Now, that's a pretty broad term because the fact is that the person or persons or in yeah, whatever, and it could be an entity that has to make a decision, believe it or not, entities can be part of uh, the decision making process if you have a sophisticated legal structure. But let's just talk about a simple entrepreneur that wants to know what they can write off. And the bonus section, what I tell people is you can write off everything. Everything is a business deduction, except for the ones that obviously aren't. Okay. And then even the ones that obviously aren't, sometimes you could structure the the expenses in a way that they are deductible as a business expense. So the IRS would have you think that if you're spending money on advertising and marketing, that it may not be a business deduction. And I say, you got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me because, and we're going to take that off now. I just wanted to show you as verification that I don't make this stuff up. Uh, Let me see. Oh, this is strange. Okay, so I'm seeing my mouse. Look at this. I'm seeing my mouse on the email and I'm trying to click, but I'm clicking the email instead of, wow, there we go. So, wow, there's some really strange things that happen with the technology, like windows disappearing behind other windows. But here's the thing, folks. Richard Branson jumped off a building with a parachute to promote, I believe it was Virgin Airlines. That's not ordinary. Was it necessary? If you read the instructions, I mean, how many people do that? Only Richard Branson. It was probably only done one time. Is the IRS going to tell me or Richard Branson that that stunt was not marketing? It was not a business expense. I mean, it was probably fun for him, or I think he said it was terrifying for a few moments. You got to read his book. I have his second book. Uh, Pretty colorful guy, and they did a lot of out of the box marketing stuff. Another thing they did in with Virgin was they put up, I believe they were massage chairs outside of where you get on the plane, and they had some kind of sign that their competitors didn't do this, which nobody did it. A lot of people do stuff that nobody else has ever done. But if you get into the fine print, which sometimes the IRS includes that little info as a footnote, or you got to dig. And the truth is that the IRS doesn't decide any of this stuff. Okay. At certain levels, they decide if they're going to allow you, the taxpayer, to deduct an expense, but they're not the final word. And that's the good thing. And so when it comes to marketing and advertising, some people, politicians, they like to disguise political activities with business activities. It's done all the time, not for profits. Business owners own not for profits. Just look up Donald Trump. He actually tried to make his Trump University into a not for profit as a school, and it was he lost it. Okay, they got sued. They robbed a lot of people, but that's why not for profits and political campaigns are scrutinized by the IRS. There's all kinds of reporting uh, requirements, and I could tell you just some of the stuff that I've heard. I'm like, well, that happens all the time. Like Donald Trump renting out space in his hotels to his political campaign for like, a room for like 800,000 a night. So that becomes a business deduction. No, no, that kind of stuff is pushing the limit. And that's a whole different story. But if you're spending anything on your business, okay, it could be a trip. It could be, listen, I want to travel to Puerto Rico because I have investment opportunities there. That trip is a business deduction under section 162. Now, I've shared this before. I've had two audits where the auditor they were both off their rockers. They disallowed all of the business expenses on our client's Schedule C, and uh, as and our clients owed them a lot of money. And I brought up section 162 that how are these not business deductions? They followed all of the administrative rules that you set down. And under section 162, these expenses were ordinary and necessary. Well, guess what? One client, the IRS said she owed them 250,000. Not only did they wipe out the whole debt, but they sent her an apology letter saying that they sent the notice in error. They were facing a petition with the tax court, and they didn't want to go in front of a judge and explain to him how they disallowed 530,000 of expenses that were like gas, truck repairs, wages, insurance, stuff like that. So that's just, an IRS that is totally out of control still. Uh, it's going to get worse. And that's why I'm going to keep talking and publishing about the IRS and the truth about running a business. Okay. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. Over and out. God bless. And I will be back again, probably later on, with another amazing version of how to win a business. And if any of this stuff resonates with you, please book a free chat with me. I love talking about business, IRS problems, how to solve. Most important, I love to talk about solving problems, how to overcome the next obstacle in your business. So thank you, everybody. And I will see you again